What artistic movements influenced Soviet graphic design? Have you ever wondered how art and politics intertwine, especially in the context of Soviet graphic design? The evolution of this design style was deeply influenced by various artistic movements that aligned with the revolutionary spirit of communism. Let's break down the key movements that shaped Soviet graphic design. First, we have the Russian Avant-Garde and Constructivism. This movement emerged around the time of the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution. It was all about radical experimentation, embracing abstraction and geometry. Constructivism became a defining style for early Soviet graphic design. Artists like L. Lisitsky, Alexander Rodchenko, and Vladimir Mayakovsky were at the forefront. They created posters and propaganda that were visually striking and accessible to a largely illiterate population. The goal was to merge art with social function, reflecting the communist ideal of art serving the people. Next up is Productivism. This movement, closely related to Constructivism, focused on the practical application of art. It aimed to create functional, mass-produced art forms that could be easily understood by workers and peasants. This aligned perfectly with the communist goals of mass education and spreading ideological messages. Then we see a shift to Socialist Realism in the early 1930s. The Soviet state adopted this as the official artistic doctrine. Unlike the abstraction of the earlier movements, Socialist Realism favored clear and realistic depictions of Soviet life. It celebrated heroic workers and the achievements of socialism. This style dominated Soviet graphic design from the 1930s onward, emphasizing imagery that inspired collective effort and unity. The transition from avant-garde styles to socialist realism showed how the communist leadership wanted to use art as a tool for ideological education. Early Soviet graphic design was innovative, but it always aimed to serve the revolutionary cause. Later, socialist realism ensured that graphic design remained a straightforward vehicle for communist propaganda. In practical terms, these movements influenced Soviet graphic design by shaping its visual language. Bold geometric forms, striking colors, and strong imagery were used to communicate political ideas effectively. The state supported production of posters, newspapers, and agitational materials made graphic design a key part of the communist project. It aimed to educate, mobilize, and unify the population under socialist ideals. So, the artistic movements that influenced Soviet graphic design were not just about aesthetics. They were deeply connected to the political and cultural goals of communism, making graphic design a powerful tool in shaping society.